Hey y'all. So I'm back with another world news update. We're gonna see what's going on what's going on with that? I accidentally clicked a bunch of stuff that I didn't mean to click on. Okay. Alright, we're gonna see what's going on in the news world. I don't know what else to say. How to describe. Verifying the this is like you have to pay for it. That's so stupid. This whole having to pay for your news is really gotta stop. That, you know, it should be funded some other way. That's ridiculous. News is like a human right. Like, what is this? I swear you will cry after you see the person you'll marry. Bitch, shut up. Did I ask? No. That's like violating my right to not get mind raped by weird shit. Oh my god. See, this is what we have to go through. How am I supposed to know what's going on in the world? I can't even freaking see. Rare comet will be visible for the first time in 170 years. Oh, is that the asteroid that keeps coming out in the cards? 2 destroyers cross Strait of Hormuz. So basically we have nothing here. Let's see. Now you guys get to see all of my you get to see all my stuff. Okay, cool. Alright. Strait of Hormuz news. Hey, I'm transparent, bitches. I don't give a fuck. Alright. Yeah, I just found out about Zaid Meadows yesterday. I've been catching up on Deadeye Two Tongues podcast. And that was interesting. Especially the part about how he carves a rose into Adeline's wrist. It's a little weird. Oh, and something about her being a mouse. If you know, you know. Okay? I'm not even gonna go there. Okay. So alright. You guys get to see me with no makeup today. Look great. I haven't slept in I've slept maybe 2 hours. Actually, yeah, so I went 3 days without sleeping because God put a battery in my back so that the great aliens or whatever couldn't siphon from me for a little while. And also they were doing some shit in the ethers that I wasn't allowed to see. And then I was able to sleep a little bit. And now I'm just trying to stay awake again because I keep getting RAPED in my dreams and stuff, and I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to experience that. There's people doing all kinds of fucked up shit to me when I'm sleeping, and I'm constantly having to run away from people, and yeah, I don't know. People are gonna have to figure it out without me, you know, unless they want to comply with my demands. No, I don't know. Okay, so what are we doing here? Iran War Live updates. Oh, if you guys haven't seen the charter thing I posted, you might want to check that out if it's even visible, or if you can even see this in the first place, because I don't know, because I'm freaking shadow banned and blocked. I get no views now at all. I used to at least get 3 views, but now I get none. Alright, Iran War Live updates. US 16 minutes ago. Okay, this is a new one. Is it gonna put a paywall up? Iran's armed forces accused the U.S. of piracy. Oh, pirate came up in the reading that I'm posting right now. I might, this one might post before. I probably wait. I don't know if I'm gonna wait to post this one. probably post this one before that one finishes, because these type of posts work way quicker. But yeah, okay, I'm not gonna say that. Never mind. So anyway, U.S. blockade of Iran's ports goes into effect. Trump says he doesn't care about new talks. Iran's armed forces accused the U.S. of piracy ahead of the planned blockade, which comes after marathon weekend talks ended without a peace deal. Hey, I don't know. Whatever they're doing, I'm feeling a lot better. I mean, I was like going through this whole healing thing, like trying to heal a friend as well, energetically. You know, pulling some Jesus shit out of my ass, which I love to do. I've done that many times. I was also like trying to heal myself because I'm like fucking fucked up. By healing yourself, though, you can heal others is the key, really, actually. But anyway, the color in my skin is like coming back a little bit. I'm starting to get like a little bit of oil in my skin again. So I found that interesting. I mean, that could be like due to a lot of different things, but because they've made so many changes. Alright, what are we doing here? Tehran blasts piracy. Iran's armed forces accused the U.S. of piracy and said the country's ports are either for everyone or for no one. Huh. For everyone or for no one? Here we go with the no one thing again. Oh my god. Okay. Oil prices surged. The price of oil climbed overnight to well above $100 a barrel. And stocks fell as traffic through the strait. This is all just like a big fucking joke. Let me ask Spirit, what is the plot for this? Hold on. God damn, I've been burping like crazy, dude. Okay. The forbidden knowledge. You're approaching a truth not meant for all eyes. Use wisdom and integrity. I didn't even know this was in here. That's why, like, I'm being blocked, I guess. But at the same time... Okay. You know what's funny? It's saying stocks are falling, but I seen on Google and Amazon their stocks were rising. So, like, what's up with that? Trump said that the ceasefire with Iran is holding well, but that I don't care whether Iran returns to the negotiating table after weekend talks ended without a peace deal. It's like, whatever, I do what I want. Like, okay. Pope feud. Pope Leo. Don't think I don't know what that was all about, y'all. I seen somebody with a fucking thing with a thumbnail of like Jesus shedding a tear for the Pope Leo. And then like went into Trump and he healed him or something, and I was like, what are you guys smoking? I don't know. I'll be honest, like, I had a moment today where I was thinking about all the weird shit that's happened involving this person. And I got emotional. I got a little emotional. I couldn't help it. It just happened. But it was like, you know, it wasn't anything crazy, okay? So, but, yeah, it just sucks, you know, when people just like to play with other people's minds and emotions and then like muck up their energy fields and like do all kinds of weird shit. Like, what are you doing? And it's not just me, dude. Like, I know that other people can sense it too because they all talk about it. Literally everyone. That's all they fucking talk about it. For fuck's sake, they made several shows that are after my character of myself, with him as the opposing role or whatever, like with his actual name. Like, get it real, you know. And then that whole thing with the airport road and stuff, and the missionary and all of that is just so weird. And then Intuitive Goddess 333 literally experienced the same thing as me that day, with the mad people following her, like, everywhere. Like, it was like paparazzi. She was even saying it was like worse than paparazzi. It was so funny. I was listening to her video on my way to my school, and I was just dying laughing. She was so funny what she was saying. But then she was saying, like, she called him out. She could sense his energy too. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. Because it's so obvious. Like, it's so obvious, bro. But, you know, like, at the same time, I was like, I don't know. Like, it felt like there was, like, another energy there as well. Like, I definitely sensed, like, Elon Musk, too. And I saw, like, Elon, like, I see his fucking cars all the time. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I gotta say about that. You know, I'm still in the dark about a lot of stuff because that's just, like, where y'all like to keep me, apparently. Whatever. Anyway, so what happened? Vowed to keep speaking out and said he had no fear of the Trump administration after Trump assailed the first American pope as... Wait, Pope vowed to keep speaking out and said he had no fear of the Trump administration. First American pope as weak and terrible following his Iran war. I don't know. Okay, Iran's forensic chief said more than 3,000 people have been killed in the country since U.S.-Israeli strikes began February 28th. I don't know, I just had a weird accent. More than 2,000 people have been killed in Lebanon. 32 have been killed in Gulf states, and 23 people have died in Israel. Oh, guys. Oh, my God. I just thought about this. So, today, hold on. I'm going to pause it. All right. So, look, here's the thing. I took a screenshot of it. Jesus wept, Schumer tears into Trump over Pope Leo attacks. Like, what? Someone praying in the back. This is so funny. This is just so comical and weird. Alright, and then this literally looks like the chick Olivia that I've talked about, that the fairy, it looks almost exactly like her. What the fuck is this? This is supposed to be Mother Mary. Yeah, she was not Mother Mary. I'll tell you that, okay? And then I seen her in the grocery store the other day. Like an emanation of her, right? And I was like, what is this? So, and then somebody was trying to pull some narrative about the whole thing, which I had already been introduced to this narrative before, was that she was, like, kidnapped by the Dark Wizard and forced to breed with him, put a glamour spell on her or whatever, and then forced to breed with him. But, yeah, I don't know. The vibe I get is there's some type of, like, Ice King thing going on with him, where he doesn't, like, 100%, there's not, like, 100% awareness of everything going on. But then I just also think he's a really good actor, so, like most of these motherfuckers. Oh, do y'all want me to talk about the hat? Let me see. No, no, and yes. Okay, who's saying no? An organ recipient in the reverse. Who's saying no? The second no. A world record holder in the reverse. Who's saying yes? Person with a tail. Wait, I'm gonna put that one back because I didn't ask. Alright, who's saying no? Give me another one for that. A stargazer. Okay. Who's saying no? The second one. A soap opera addict. Okay. Who's saying yes? An inventor in the reverse. I hate these vague ass answers, bro. The energy's so weird today. It's like really weird. But it definitely has something to do with a lot of stuff, but I just have a real big feeling that me not sleeping is causing a lot of problems for people, which, hey, they say to have a different result, you gotta try something you haven't tried before. I think prior to this, the longest I've ever stayed up is like maybe 2 days. Humor, yeah. Spirit's just playing. It's like Spirit be playing so much, which I love. It's fucking hilarious, but I also like to be serious sometimes. Like, come on. Card of doubt and warning in the reverse. Okay, anyway, so yeah, this whole thing is like really weird. Then I also had this theory that like he paid. Excuse me. Do you want me to say that? 2 people said yes, 1 people said no. I just felt someone touch my hair. Whoever did that, get away from me. Fucking weirdo. Don't fucking touch me. Who said yes? The future president. Who said yes? A ghost. Who said no? A rapper. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. Fuck. Yeah, so whoever just touched my head did something. Make me forget. Fuck. Oh, so, okay, so there's some theories behind it. So it's like, so essentially the whole thing could have been just set up by the big man upstairs, you know, like, because him and I were not meant to be anything. That would have been wildly inappropriate given if the history I was told is the history is true. I mean, he would have technically been, I guess, like my... the story is that, like, I was Lady of the Lake and he was Lancelot and I kidnapped him for some reason and then raised him as my child. And we got Enchanted Forest again. So, yeah, so that, you know, like, rejection is God's protection, right? That kind of thing. So, I guess we would just leave it at that. But I just don't understand why it keeps coming in my energy like this. It's just really weird. Like, what is the deal? Virgo in the south node, Virgo in the 12th house, hidden enemies. Yeah, the enemy card's been coming up a lot. Businessman. Vehicle. Countdown to Doom. Oh, great. Okay. That sounds like fun. Woo! Can't wait. Yeah, this picture's creeping me out. Oh my god. You know what's funny is, like, a while back, and I believe I posted it in my playlist Enlightenment videos on YouTube. A while back, I had been watching an Intuitive Goddess 333 video. It might have been on her other channel, Angel Therapy, I don't know, but she had been using this different deck, and one of the cards was this image that I had always really been drawn to, and it's of, like, Mother Earth, and it basically be like pollution, or like it was like a guy with, so Mother Earth had, like, you know, nature as her head, like the top of her head, and this part here was like a regular mouth or whatever, and then the top part was like a mountain hillsidey looking thing with flowers and waterfalls and all kinds of crazy shit. And then the other one is the bottom half of the face almost looked like Sam from Supernatural, and the top of the head was the, like, city, like the New York City, like the buildings and stuff like that, and then he was like holding a gun to her face, and then his hand was like going like this on her chin, like almost like some what is that kinky ass movie called, the gray something, I don't remember, I never watched it, but some kinky shit like that, right? So anyway, I always really liked that image, and I always, like, had this stupid thing where I wanted to, like, you know, subtract this to the bad boys, and, like, you know, I can change them and stuff like that. But I also always wanted to, like, find the cure to evil, quote unquote, right? So anyway, she's pulling these cards, and one of the cards ends up being that image, but it has Olivia's face as the chick. I was like dead. I was like, no fucking shit, what is this? It's just like, y'all are too much. Whoever's doing this, like, y'all are just fucking ridiculous. Oh my god. Okay. What else? Oh shit. Ooh, Malefic Taker from Those of the Light. What do we got going on here? Something about science fiction. Benefic Taker from Those of the Light and Those Not of the Light. Not redeemed. You are in your divine energy. Earth Angel of the Benefic, unconditional love, guided by highest self, and you are in your divine energy. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Alright, death toll. Iran's forensic chief said more than 3,000 people have been killed in the country since U.S.-Israeli strikes began February 28th. More than 2,000 people have been killed in Lebanon. 32 have been killed in Gulf states. Almost like, I just, like, really kind of, like, don't even believe any of this crap. It's just, like, it's all lies. Like, it's just all bullshit. Does anyone actually understand the fact that it's, like, a Stargate, and that the ships are actually, like, spaceships? Like, I'm 99% sure that's what's going on. Alright. Alright, and then, so, what do we learn from this? Basically nothing. Death toll. Yeah, you gotta become a member to get exclusive updates. All this gatekeeping really needs to stop. That is actually, like, human rights violations, like, insane. Gatekeeping people for literally, like, everything. How dare you, motherfuckers? For real. All you fucking gatekeepers. there really is a countdown to doom. I will tell you that. And that's not a fucking threat. That's a promise, buddy. And it ain't gonna be me doing it. So, I don't know who's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a prophet. Or I like to say oracle. I don't like prophet. I'm an oracle. Vance accuses Iran of economic terrorism in Strait of Hormuz as a U.S. blockade comes into effect. Oh, let's see this one. Speaking at the White House, the U.S. president says Iran wants a deal very badly. Okay, here we go again. Margot's got money troubles. Are y'all serious right now? Yeah, that's fucking funny, huh? Real funny. Okay. Yeah, I got money troubles. Y'all are the ones that are gonna have money troubles. Or you have money troubles already. Earlier, Iran's parliament speaker said the country would not surrender under threats. There has been no response to Trump's latest remarks. The U.S. Maritime Trade Operations UKMTO issues an advisory saying ships in the area may encounter a military presence and right of visit procedures during passage. I want to say passage for some reason. Like, I don't know why. It just came out like that. The fuck? Alright, meanwhile, the Pope responds to criticism leveled at him by Trump, saying he has no intention to debate the war with the U.S. president. Trump had accused the pontiff of being terrible for foreign policy. Okay. Iran proposes suspending nuclear activity for up to 5 years. This is just ridiculous. The report adds that the U.S. and Iran traded proposals for suspending Tehran's nuclear activity during talks in Pakistan, but remained far apart from agreement. There is a path to a peace deal. The path has been opened, and you guys are just refusing to go down it, and you're really gonna regret it. So I don't even know if you're gonna be capable of regretting it, actually. If I'm being honest, which honesty is the best policy. Oil had jumped above $100 on Monday following Trump's order to block Iranian shipments after weekend negotiations failed. Asian stock markets also... Okay, now, like, literally nobody gives a fuck. You guys all focus on the dumbest shit. Like, what are you doing? Playing golf. Yup. Cemetery at 5 in the morning. In the reverse. Dynamic energy, initiation, spirits, inspiration, will, planning, considering future actions, initial steps. Somebody needs to go to the cemetery tomorrow morning and dump some ashes that they've been keeping in a tin. Bumper sticker offers excellent advice. Be on the lookout for a bumper sticker near you. Greedy relatives in the reverse. What about them, Spirit? They're not angels? You know, shit. Their last name's Angel, but they're not fucking angels. Except maybe one of them, but it's fucked up. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say that. Alright, justice is being served for you, /person, /entity inquiring about against nefarious forces opposing you, /person, /entity outside yourself, your present self. That's good news. And we have a bystander, a fence sitter who doesn't care in the reverse. Yeah, there's lots of those. Who's that? Person mistaken for a movie star in the reverse. They're not mistaken for that. They're not having a great time. Or they're not gonna. They're not having insomnia. They're gonna be in an endless slumber. And they don't get any best friends. Yeah. Oh, look, and we have death. Understanding, heartbreak, sorrow, emotional release about death. Yep. Alright, y'all. I mean, I don't know what else to say here. Okay, let's see. The U.S. president says Iran wants a deal very badly. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance accuses the Iranian government of engaging in an act of economic terrorism by blocking traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. No, the economic terrorism is y'all illegally accessing these stargates and siphoning valuable resources from beings who are directly connected to them, and you're diminishing their life force. And in turn, the life force of the entire fucking planet when you do shit like that. You can't just take, and not give anything back, and then gaslight everybody into thinking that anybody who says anything like this is fucking crazy, and that, yeah. They deserve nothing, right? Unless you, bore your fingers. Is that the right word? Bore your fingers down to the bone. I don't know. I feel like that's the right word, so we're just gonna go with it. Whittle your fingers. Whittle your thumbs down to the bone. You know, working for the man. No. As a light worker, your main job is just existing and not offing yourself in this horrible density of hell, because just you existing is helping everyone, so you should get paid for that. But unfortunately, these pieces of shit don't like to see the intrinsic value in anyone or recognize it, and just are so in love with their own selves that they don't want to raise anybody else up. They just want to keep fucking siphoning and raping and pillaging and conquering, and, you know, because they all have mommy issues. They all have daddy issues and mommy issues, and it's like, can't you just, like, get over it? Like, for fuck's sake, man. Just get over it. Yeah, no time to rest in the reverse. Like, this rat race bullshit for the masses needs to stop. The ones in charge need to work a lot harder because they're not doing shit as far as I could see. They're just hiring little puppets to write these stupid storylines that are not even true based on anything. And it's like a bunch of second graders are writing it. And honestly, again, I've said this before with my toddler comment, like, that's offensive to second graders. It's just so ridiculous. Where did I put that? You have infinite resources and tools available at your fingertips, and this is what you choose to do with them. I could do better with my both hands tied behind my back, blindfolded. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, buddy. Economic development. This is not the thing I meant to grab, but that's a conflict. Economic development, yeah. There's no development going on. It's just bullshit. Women's rights, yep. Food safety. Societal collapse. AI displacement fears. Collective future and existential threats. Food safety again. Landmines. Oh yeah, something came up about hurricanes and safety pins. You know, like with a grenade, you have to like pull the pin. Something there with the spirals. If you know, you know. Where did it go? Where'd my other thing go? Alright, I found it. Let's see real quick to finish this off. What does Spirit want to say to y'all? Or let's ask. We got 1 thing, 2 things, and 5 things. Let's see, who is saying? Change it up a little bit. We use the vocations to identify. Who's saying 1? A builder. Who's saying 2? A radiologist. Oh, oops. Who's saying 3? A priestess. Okay. I mean 5. By the way, I want to say something. All you readers out there, you might want to be a little more careful with the advice that you give people as far as like telling them to, for example, go chop a tree down or take off their necklace because it's cursed and like all this other shit. Like, why do you even do that? Okay. It's like, you know, it's sick, you know, to tell anybody that. You could say, like, you know, maybe there might be something going on with, like, a cursed object or something like that. And then give, like, some advice on how to clear the energy around you, how to clear out the cursed object. Don't tell someone a specific object is cursed and to take it off when you really don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And then with the tree thing, you know, when someone's going through their awakening, even if it's like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th awakening, they're highly sensitive to like overreacting because they got like a battery in their back, right? And they're not used to it. So it can be really dangerous to like tell people stuff like that, and you really shouldn't. Especially when you're like using their scorpionic nature against them by going into this whole like deep and interesting storyline and stuff like that. Yeah, no. If you're that connected to the other side and stuff, and you've seen how epic or important that type of mission would be for not only that person and the entire collective, and you truly believe that that's what they needed to do, you would possess a animal or something and go and find that tree and take it down yourself. Knowing that that person wouldn't be able to do that. But you won't do that because you know it's not allowed, and only that person would be able to even get near it to do it, but they would probably automatically be arrested. See, I don't even want to speculate any further on that. It's just fucking retarded. Okay. Alright, so for number 1, the builder wants to say to you guys, actually, I think this is the wrong way. Yeah, see? Like, the way you're doing it is wrong. Okay, what about the radiologist? I forgive you for everything. Please forgive yourself. Yeah. You and your loved ones are safe. Alright, what about the priestess? I don't know who this radiologist is, but these fell on the floor. You're the only one who knows the truth, and I've never felt this way before. You're wrong. That's not what happened at all. I mean, it's kind of like contradicting. So, like, maybe the feeling is like it's a strange feeling of this going back and forth. There, you know, something that's come up a lot is like in my life with any type of relationship with anybody, friendship or otherwise, is there's always these opposing forces coming in and trying to muck up the energy and cast illusions and stuff like that. Always trying to make people betray the other one and renege on their friendship or whatever. So, you know, that's just, I feel like that's just calling something out, like that's going on in that realm. In which case, my best advice is to, if you want to secure a friendship or relationship without being intrusive or invasive, you can utilize some form of a symbolic vessel that represents your psyche and put a representation of yourself and a representation of that other person, or a general representation of companionship. So like you can use crystals, you know, something like that. And that can be you taking a leap of faith to the Most High, showing you're choosing someone to be in your life, and then you just gotta stick through it no matter what the naysayers say and stuff, and see how it pans out. And you know, you go in with the intention that the Most High will remove them from the vessel. If like there's no trickery or deceit or anything allowed in that situation. It's under the understanding of trusting the Most High, source consciousness, your higher self, right? Granted, like, your decision has to come from a place of logical, like, process. You can't just, you know, it has to be built on emotion and from your heart space and all of that as well, obviously, but, like, the facts got to be there. There's got to be facts. You can't just be like, oh, I really like this person, or they seem cool. Like, no. There has to be facts. Lots and lots and lots of facts. Signs from the universe. Like, legitimate, undeniable type shit. Okay? Somebody said that's not very nice. I'll stop at nothing to get revenge. Oh my god. Stop yelling. Yeah, there's a lot of fuck shit in the energy. Alright, guys. That's all I have for you right now. You know what? Actually, hold on. Herbal root work. Somebody's doing root work on somebody. Powder with using powders or floor wash. A response is reversal wash, neutral burial. Yeah, somebody was burying shit. The best thing to do is to neutralize it. Somebody also did a prosperity block, money road closing, response of road opener, and Jupiter work. Yeah, and it's funny that pop-up came up, like, about Margot or whatever being broke, and Margot Robbie is, like, Harley Quinn actress, right? And that's what I go by, and one of my fucking characters, okay? And, yeah, they're just... Yeah. Playing in my face. Backstabbers. Alright, yeah, that's it, guys. Alright, feel free to comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, follow, all the things, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye!